The following video depicts the installation of a typical conduit penetration flashing using MM6125 and Flex Flash UN. All conduit penetrations that are not cast into a concrete slab should be secured to the deck either within the holes or from underneath. No deck securement hardware that would impede the proper application of the membrane flashing materials should be present at the deck surface. Note that any type of flexible conduit, either metal or plastic, is not acceptable. All conduit penetrations must be of hard pipe materials. If PVC conduits are to be flashed, the PVC must be of proper type and gauge for the application of hot materials. All conduit penetrations, whether metal or PVC, should be clean and free of any surface contaminants or rust. Typically, a simple wire brushing and wiping down is all that is needed to clean and slightly abrade the conduit surface. A target sheet of Flex Flash UN should be cut so that it will extend at least 3 inches out onto the deck from the base of the conduit. A hole should be cut into the center of the Flex Flash UN that is less in diameter than the conduit itself. Surface conditioner should be sprayed on the surface of concrete decks at a very light application rate that will tan the surface of the deck, not blacken it. A rag can be used to wipe up any excess surface conditioner and wipe the surface of the conduit with a very light application. The surface conditioner on both the deck and conduit surfaces should be allowed to completely dry, which should take no more than about 15 minutes. Application of the detailing coat of MM6125 around the base of the conduit can be accomplished by roller, brush, or squeegee. Enough MM6125 should be applied to achieve a coat of at least 120 mils in thickness and to build up a fillet of material at the deck conduit interface. Make sure that the application of MM6125 extends far enough out from the base of the conduit so that the Flex Flash UN target piece will be fully set in membrane. Once the detailing coat is applied, the target piece of Flex Flash UN is pushed down over the conduit and fully embedded into the MM6125. The hole cuts slightly smaller than the diameter of the conduit, and the fillet of MM6125 around the base of the conduit allows the Flex Flash UN to turn up the conduit slightly. Be sure that the Flex Flash UN is fully embedded into the fillet of membrane and the membrane applied out onto the deck. Any fish mouths and wrinkles should be smoothed out before continuing. A vertical wrapping piece of Flex Flash UN should be cut so that the neoprene sheet wraps completely around the conduit with a lap of at least several inches. MM6125 can be applied to the conduit by brush or roller, and should be applied up the pipe high enough so that the vertical wrap of Flex Flash UN will be completely embedded in membrane and that the termination of the detail extends a minimum of 8 inches up the conduit. The Flex Flash UN vertical wrap should be installed while the detailing coat of MM6125 is warm and aggressively tacky. Apply more MM6125 as you wrap the neoprene around the conduit to ensure that all the Flex Flash UN is embedded in MM6125. A top coat of MM6125 should then be applied to completely encapsulate the target piece of Flex Flash UN in membrane. Once the MM6125 membrane has had an opportunity to cool, the conduit flashing detail is finished off by installing a band clamp and tightening it in place at the flashing's termination.